recognitions here. Mr. Bean, you are recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fox. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, Education and Workforce Committee. It's good to see everybody. Dr. Fox, I'm going to give you a gold star because you have shed or shined the spotlight on a crisis. It's in education. I come from the free state of Florida, where I've served 10 years on the front lines of legislating ways to improve education, empower parents, and really focus on results. Some of the legislation has been talked about in committee, and I'm going to talk about it back to let you know the real story of what we've done in the state of Florida. Now, don't trust me. Go look at our state's report card, or you can look at parents who have voted with their feet to come to the state of Florida with the reason being they wanted their kids back in school. That's what they wanted. So in the free state of Florida, what we've discovered is education and kids do better when there's live instruction. They do better when schools are open. They do better when parents are involved and empowered. They do better, as Governor Polis said, when there's choice, because all kids are, in fact, different. And they also do better when there's more time focused on the things that mattered. A couple of the legislation bills that were talked about is the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which has nothing to do with anything about gay or anything the other opponents want to say about it. What it does say, and I wish I could name the bill. In fact, let's do it right now. There's a new name for that bill, and it's called Let Kids Be Kids bill. Because there is no reason whatsoever that we should be teaching sex or we shouldn't be teaching sex to kindergartners, first, second, third graders. That's what that bill says. Let's teach age-appropriate things. And hey, let's teach things, subjects that matter, reading, writing, arithmetic. And as so-called the CRT, we've said no in the state of Florida, no to CRT. There's no value. There's no value to teach kids to hate each other based on race. There's no value in teaching kids to feel guilty just because they're of a certain race or persuasion. Let's teach them, here's a novel idea, let's teach them reading or math or science. So my first question, I've got questions for every single one of you, and that is, Ms. Gentles, what can we do? And this is new to me on a federal level because the action is at the states, but what can we do on a federal level to help states like the free state of Florida better their education system?
Well, we certainly need to celebrate states like Florida who were success stories when it came to the NAEP scores and success stories for keeping schools open and ensuring that academics are at the center. A big thing that the committee can do is support school choice legislation that does happen at the federal level for states who are very different than Florida and don't have an array of options. And so ensuring that charter school program receives sufficient funding, taking a look at that education tax credit program that would provide options for students in states that don't have robust choice programs. That's definitely something that can be done at the federal level. And then again, reminding parents of their rights under PPRA, under FERPA, ensuring that states and districts are not lying to parents about what Title IX does and does not do. That should be something that the committee could do.
Ms. Gentles, thank you so much. That is the right answer, the answer I was hoping for to continue to push states. I'm running out of time. I've got a question for everybody. Let's make it a multiple choice toss-up question for everybody. And that's it. I'm thinking about a bill. Our last meeting, our roundtable, was Dr. Fox did a focus on the disaster we call the student loan program. So how can we fix it? My thought is, what if we did? What if we did a bill that said a college has to co-sign for the loan. So colleges are involved whether that loan is made. Is that a good idea, a bad idea, or an idea worth exploring? Mr. Pulsifer.
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think that there certainly are ways by which if you increase institutional accountability or risk sharing in the cost of attaining a degree, that would increase the incentive to control the cost of attaining the degree.
Thank you. Governor Polis, good idea? Worth exploring? Hurry.
Hello from the free state of Colorado. Aligning incentives to outcomes. There's a lot in Mr. Pulsifer's testimony about that, and I generally agree with the directions that he indicated in his testimony.
Good idea. Thank you so much. Sullivan.
Sure. Not a big student loan participant in terms of our students because our price point is relatively low. But I would say to you, we already have Title IV provisions that require institutions to be partners in the form of return to Title IV. So I would suggest to you it's probably not a bad idea.
Thank you. Yield back.